And the tense is marked in the first verb, in the verb phrase structure, the finite verb, right? And the others are all non-tense. So here, identify the finite verbs. What are they? You can do it quickly. Together? Has. And then shall. No, shall. I shall certainly not depart from it. Shall. Reach. Past tense. Yes. And then was. Yeah, so the first verb in a verb phrase tells you the tense. And also sometimes the number. Like was. I was told. Singular. Then what are the uses of the present tense? Before we look at the slides, what are the uses? When do we use the present tense? To present something as fact, always true, yeah? Like the earth is round, always true. To locate a situation that is in a place. In the present time. Okay, yeah, to refer to something in the present time. Then you use the present tense.
And describe the characteristics.
To describe the characteristics of a person or a place that are still true. So what is important is about the time, present time, and something that is still valid, still true. Then we use the present tense, usually. So if something close to us, if you want to think about that cognitively, something close, it can be simultaneous with the utterance, not remote. Simultaneous, that means when you say that, wow, you are doing that. And when do we use it? Right in a commentary. When you're showing how to do something, you won't say, I am adding oil into the wok. So usually you just use the present tense. Okay. So the key point is that it's talking about the present time, something that is valid now. In terms of relationship, is close to us, not remote. So let's see. Now, I promised to be back for lunch. I mowed the lawn. Yeah? Your backyard, you've got the grass there, you mow the lawn. Well, both of them have got the present tense, promise and mow. How do you interpret these two example sentences? Are they the same? Do they have the same meaning cognitively? No. If you say I mow the lawn, what does it mean? You do it
On a regular basis.
on a regular basis. Yeah, maybe every month you mow the lawn. But how about I promise to be back? It's about the present time, yes, but it means you can hear that?
Action.
An action. When you say I promise to do something, you are making a promise. So it doesn't mean that I promise to do that every week. No, it doesn't mean the regular base, but it's about your acts, performative act, we call it. You are performing the action when you say that. Just like this, when the priest says, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may update your Facebook status. Not available anymore. Unavailable. Okay, married. I now pronounce you husband and wife. So when the priest says this, then they are married. So that's an action already. Okay, so the use of present tense, I promise to be back. I request you to stand up. That's a request, making a request. I allow you to sit down. Permission given to you now. And I pronounce you husband and wife, and we call this kind performative speech act. Performing the action. But she mows the lawn, the earth is round. These are not performative speeches, of course. There are something general facts or general situation, habitual situation. Then how about this one? The plane takes off at 7 tonight. Exam starts next week. Are they about the present time?
Arranged.
Yeah, arranged the schedule. Something arranged already. So future time actually is about a future time. We have present knowledge of a future event. And the future time is usually specified by a time adjunct. So usually you don't just say the plane takes off, full stop. Because you need, it's a schedule, you need to tell the time, the adjunct should be there. So you see the present tense can be used to express future time. Well, I'll ask him when I see him. Have you seen him yet? No, when I see him. I'll give it to you before I leave. Have you left? No. So also about the future time. Although they are in the present tense, simple present tense, in this kind of clause, in the subordinate clause, the present tense is used with future time reference in certain type of subordinate clause. Right? But you won't use the modal verb here. You won't say, I will ask him when I will see him. Wrong. You won't say, I will give it to you before I will leave. No. So in the subordinate clause, although the time is about the future time, we use the present tense. So this shows us that the present tense can express the future time. Then how about this? Beckham passes the ball to Owen. And on like Fei Ma there, showing how to cook something, demonstration, I take some oil and put it into the wok. So you see, this is something simultaneous. The actions are simultaneous when you are speaking that, saying this. So that's a kind of learning commentaries or demonstrations, activities that are largely simultaneous with the utterance. When you make the utterance, you are doing that. Well, how about this example? Yesterday, a man taps me on the shoulder and says, I've dropped some notes on the ground. Don't believe that. don't try to pick up the notes. Otherwise, your bag will be gone. But what is it strange to you when you see the word yesterday, this time adjunct showing a past time? Why do we use the present tense? Have you seen this kind of use before? Especially in children's books. Yeah, they use present tense. But even if in books for adults, I have seen this kind. Then why is it like that? Of course, you won't encourage your students to do it because they don't know the particular meaning here. Then people will regard it as wrong and grammatical. But as advanced learners now, you should be conscious about this use. Well, we use this kind when we want to show that, show the liveliness, the vividness, something close to us. It seems that, this is happening, something present. So it can, increase the liveliness of the story closer to you. So past events and situations for narrative vividness, or some people may call this historic present. Well, this kind of historic present is common in our daily life, in the newspaper, articles. Where can we find that? In the news headlines, in the news headlines, they like using present tense rather than past tense, although that happened in the past. Again, to show vividness. So hundreds queued for Ma On-shan flats. Instead of saying queue, they say queue in the headline. And also in academic writing, in the literature review, you say Collins argues that, and then Halliday states that. So to introduce what other people say. So you can use the present tense here to again to show something that is still current, still valid now, and also their books are still there, although those were written some years ago. Anyway, their books are still there, so what is said is still valid, and we can use this present tense. Although some people use the past tense, I myself like using the present in my article. Okay, then how about the uses of the past tense now? Think about that. Common sense to you? Talk about something in the past. Yeah, the time frame is important, past. But is it the only use? No. What are the other uses that you know? Something remote. Like so remote that it won't happen. I wish. Yeah, I wish I were a bird flying in the sky to every place I like. Yeah, remote. About something that can't happen actually. But apart from this, there are some other uses. So let's see. But basically, it's about past time and something more remote to us. So here, all these examples show you that the past tense is used for the past time, past time situations. Well, another use is back shifting. Back shifting. We find this in reported speech. So you say someone said that the presidents of the school, the university, announced today that the class tonight would be cancelled. So that's back shifting. So instead of saying will be, you can say would be. They announced that the class tonight would be cancelled. Back shifting. So you say Jackie said the exam would be easy. Back shifting. But can we say Jackie said the exam will be easy? No back shifting. Or can we say the university announced this morning that the class tonight will be cancelled? Can we say that? No back shifting. Can we? The answer is yes. Someone will say yes. About the university announcement. The university announced that the class tonight will be cancelled. Yes. Put up your hand. Okay, 3 hands. No. You must have back shifting. Okay. Some more hands. But many of you decide. Wow. Actually, you are right. Actually, both are okay. Will be is okay. Would be also okay for today. Okay. For the announcement today about tonight's class. So either one, you can say the university announced that the class tonight would be cancelled. Yes. Or the university announced that the class tonight will be cancelled. Yes, both are acceptable. So either you have back shifting or no back shifting. Change the tense one step forward. But how about yesterday? The university announced yesterday. The university announced that the class would be cancelled yesterday. About the class yesterday. The university announced that the class on Thursday night would be cancelled. Will be cancelled. Can you say will be cancelled? No. No, because all gone now, right? All gone. The class last night, past time, all past time. So you must use the back shifting. But for something that is still valid now, tonight, not yet happened, then you can just leave it without any back shifting. Understand? So how about exam? The exam will be held in forgotten November? Yeah, November. For this course. Jackie said the exam will be easy. Was it okay?
Yes.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yes. But then how about in December? December, in this Jackie said the exam you must use back shifting. Would be easy because all gone. But oh, how come my results are not good? So it depends on them whether what is said is still valid. Whether what is said has happened or not. All right, the third use about what? Remoteness. About modality. The meaning has to do with time, has to do not with time, but with modality. The modal part is used to present the situation as remote, modally remote. So these are some common mistakes made by students. They say, I wish they will live nearby. No. Because when you use wish, it's something remote. The wish can't be realized. So if it can be realized, then better you should change it to hope. I hope she will or they will live nearby. They will move to our place. Or I hope she arrives tomorrow. So hope means something, okay, that can happen, but wish, no. Then is there future tense? Well, the answer is that many modern grammarians say no, they don't have the future tense. Why? Because the future tense can be expressed by different ways. Like here, you will do as you are told. Okay, will do. With the modal verb will. The train leaves at 7, leaves, present tense, showing a schedule. How about I'm seeing him tonight? Yeah, present continuous, present progressive. And they are going to sell their house, are going to do something. So you can see there are so many different ways to express the future time. And someone is knocking on the door and say, that will be yo-yo, that will be yo-yo. Your prediction. So there are different. How can we express future time, and which of the following refer to future time? So the first one, you do as you are told, that's an order. And number 2 is a fixed schedule. And number 3, I'm seeing him tonight, that's your plan. And then they are going to sell their house. That's a matter of course. So that means it's something fixed. They are going to sell it. And finally, that's the deduction or prediction. That will be yo-yo. So that's why people say there is no future tense, since the future time can be expressed in different ways, as you can see from this diagram or from this table. You can go home and take a look, and if you like, you can refer to that book, Brandon and different book. Alright, so that's about tense. Which verb tells you the tense? Remember? The finite verb, the first verb in the verb phrase. Then how about the other verbs? Well, some of those verbs may tell you the aspect, but the aspect doesn't refer to the time. The aspect tells us something else. It tells us whether an action is seen as fixed or changing, momentary or long-lasting, complete or ongoing. Well, that sounds abstract here. Well, we can take a look and see what they mean. Now, there are two aspects in English, perfect and progressive. When we read the text earlier, we already found some examples of the perfect aspect and also progressive aspect. Let's see. Now, the perfect aspects, we have the present perfect tense, the past perfect tense. So the word perfect actually refers to the aspect. The perfect forms relate past events and states to the present time if it's the present perfect. But if it's about the past time, then it's the past perfect. Then what kind of relationship is that? The perfect aspect. The relationship may involve what? I've hidden the presence. You have drunk in love. You've been to Japan 3 times. They have got different meanings here, actually. You have hidden the presence refers to a completed action that's related to the present time. So you have hidden it somewhere. Then how about you've drunk in love? That means a state lasting up to now. You've drunk in love. But as I know it sounds a bit ambiguous here. But basically, it's about something, if you use the present perfect, it's something that's up to now. Or it may be about the result. I've hidden something. You can't see it anymore. Or maybe an action that goes on until now. For example, you say, I've lived in Hong Kong. Is it a completed action? No. So that one will be easier to understand, right? Not a completed action, but it must be something lasting up to now. I've lived in Hong Kong. Up to now, I'm still living in Hong Kong. Then how about I've been to Japan 3 times? Completed, but it's about your experience. An accumulation of experience. Now here is a joke. Let's see what it is about. A joke. Yeah, a comedian is leaving a party, and he says to the hostess, "I've had a wonderful evening." And then the hostess is so happy when she hears this. But then he continues, "But this wasn't it. I don't like this party actually." But he said, "I've had a wonderful evening." What has caused the misunderstanding? Yeah, what's the meaning? The hostess and the comedian have got different interpretations of the present perfect. I've had a wonderful evening. What does that mean? Think about those three meanings there in the previous slide. I have had a wonderful evening. It means completed action. Then that means this one, right? It's still relative now. Actually, not that one. It's about his experience. Some time ago, he got a wonderful evening. So he said, "I have had one, but not this one." Sorry. I have had a wonderful party, but not yours. So that's the meaning of an experience. But to the hostess, when he said, "I've had a wonderful evening," to the hostess, the meaning is the completed action. It means this one, just now, just the party has just finished. This one. So you see, it can have different interpretations. Well, let's compare the present perfect and the past tense. They have got some similarities actually. I lived in Sydney for 5 years, and I've lived in Hong Kong for many years. About me. You see, here have used the prepositional phrase about the duration for 5 years and also for many years. In the past, your teachers probably told you that when you say for a period of time, then use the present perfect tense. Just like a fixed rule. But you can tell your teachers this is not correct. Well, as you can see from these two examples, we can also use the past tense for before a duration for 5 years. Why? When do we use the past tense?
I'm no longer live in Sydney.
Yeah, that's right. I'm no longer living in Sydney now. All gone, all past. I lived in Sydney in 1999. From 1999 to from 1994 to 1999. So all gone. I no longer live there. But if you say I've lived in Hong Kong for many years, yeah, it's lasting up to now. Even now, I'm still here, living here, right? So the similarities of these two is that both are used to refer to an event and or state in the past that it started in the past. But both can be used to refer to a state of affairs that existed for a period of time, right? So I have lived in Hong Kong for many years. I started to live here when I was born, so past time. It started in the past. And it can last for a period of time, but they have differences, of course, as you have mentioned. Well, the present perfect describes a situation that continues and to exist up to the present time, and it still has the current relevance. But past tense, all gone. The action or the event took place in the past. So like this example, Chris Patten, our former governor in Hong Kong, the last governor in Hong Kong, lived in Hong Kong, past tense, and now he lives in Britain. And Chris Patten has lived in Britain since he left Hong Kong, so he's still living there. Then how about 3 and 4? I lost a key. What will be the next one? I lost a key. What is your response if I say I lost a key? You will say, then have you, I lost a key. Oh, then you will say, then how can you get into the room, get to your house? How can you get there then? You must find a locksmith. But if you say, I have lost the key, then
That's the reason why you can't come.
okay, sorry, let me explain that again. I lost the key, past tense. Then probably you can say, I found it now. I found it. Luckily, I found it. But if you say I've lost the key, that means I still haven't got it now. So I can't get into my room. Still looking for it. Right, so far we have just looked at the present perfect and also the simple past tense. Maybe we can do an exercise. Task 3 there, please. Task 3. Let's see whether you can interpret the different meanings. Discuss with your friend. Task 3.
This one I think that's it. That's an experience. I don't know.
Maybe I have been to America. It's in America, but
Like I don't for example, I have to do
not really. Who did you go with one time to do? Which means I think a 2A, which means two is in America and
just describing the state.
they can lie to lie that you will be there.
You reaching now?
Now,
Yes. He has made such contributions and accomplishments to Asia
because she's dead. No, she's retired. She's retired. And she
Stop
more.
thinking. I've broken my leg. That means my leg is still broken.
Is he recovered? Yes. We can talking people.
Maybe he has to do some activity or do some sport. And then he said, because my leg is still broken. And next sentence like I broke my leg yesterday didn't show the impact. Didn't show the effects of the broken leg. Just like something happened yesterday.
Yeah, I think show something.
Right, finish discussing? Right, okay, number 1A and 1B. Well, we can call this kind of activity consciousness raising activity to raise the consciousness, the awareness of the students about some differences. Of course, usually this is form focus, not meaning focus. Okay, form and meaning together, but more on the form like the past tense and the present perfect. Now, I've taken 2 periods today. I went jogging today. Oh, I've got the time expression today. But how come one is in the past tense and one is in the present perfect? And what the meanings? Underline will be different. I've taken 2 periods today means has today ended yet? No. So it's still valid now. I've taken, that's the result of taking 2 periods, but maybe I will take some more later on. But how about I went jogging today?
Finish,
All finish, the meaning in the past. No more today. And then how about 2A? Elvis Presley died many years ago, in the 70s, I think, 1970s. But you say he has had 63 number 1s. Present perfect? Assuming that he's still alive? But he's not. Ba Sicien, a famous Cantonese opera artist, made many films, but she's still alive. She's now, I think, in the 90s. Very famous in Hong Kong, especially among the older generation. They like her. And also her partner, Yam Yin Fai. A man or a woman?
Woman.
Yeah, she was a female. She died many years ago. Maybe I've forgotten. Late 1970s or early 80s. Well, so why? So strange. Ba Sicien is still alive, but you say she made many films. What's the implication? She has retired. She won't make any more films. All past. But Elvis Presley has died, but his albums, his CDs
Oh, still very
are still available. We can still buy them, and so he can make many more number ones in the coming days. If you young guys like him. Okay, so that's for the first two. Then how about the others? 3A. Oh, sorry. 2A. 2A. I've been to America. Your experience. And also I may go there again in my life. Who did you go with then? You said I've been to America. Then the one who heard about this asked you, who did you go with? So this statement means who did you go with on that occasion about that particular experience. So to know more about that trip, then you switch to the past tense. And then 4A, I've broken my leg. So what does it mean? I've broken my leg. I can't walk now. I can't walk properly now.